brain. Welcome into his frequency. Enter at your own risk. Come be at peace with me. Ask the Paul, where we rise and don't fall.
Welcome back to another episode of Baxter's Buzz. I am your host, Baxter E. Hall. Welcome to my brain. Welcome to my frequency. Enter at your own risk. Again, I always appreciate all the support. Please, if it's something that is beneficial for you, it may be beneficial for others. Don't be stingy. Go ahead and share the content, whether it's through the video, through the audio, and again, I appreciate all your support. Now, today I have a wonderful guest with me, a friend of mine. We tried this once a couple months ago. We had some technical difficulties. We're back. He is the global human resources manager for Gentherm, Bernard Morgan. Mr. Morgan, welcome to Baxter's Buzz.
Glad to be back, man, and always appreciate being amongst greatness like yourself. So I'm honored for the invitation.
We had such a good conversation, and I'm so disappointed that it was as choppy as it was, because we had a ball, and I'm glad that you're back. So let's jump into the topic today. So the book that I've written, it's The Angelic Eights. It's a letter to Zara. I wanted to bring people on to talk about some of the lessons that I'm sharing with my daughter inside of this book. And one of the chapters is called, planting good seeds, the importance of it. And I couldn't think of a better person to touch on that subject. We share some similar folks in our network. You've been incredibly solid, and I've got a chance to know you and learn about sort of how you've moved around, and I wanted to get your thoughts on how the seeds that you've planted has sort of gotten you to the place that you are today.
Oh no, good, good question, and I think this is a philosophy, a practice, a principle that a lot of people under leverage, right? I think it's rooted in biblical principles, right? It's rooted in just doing right by people principles. So I've always, by default, I ensure to plant seeds. I ensure to leave something in the ground, not necessarily with the anticipation or expectation that I deserve to get something back, but because I deserve to put it in the ground. That's the difference, right? I deserve to continue to create the more, not deserve, it's my responsibility.
Gotcha.
To continue to plant the seeds, not because of my harvest, but because seeds need to be planted, right, for other people's harvest.
Yeah. I love that you said it. I speak to that a bit. Just how you just plant good seeds, you just take care of people, and you inspire others to come behind and do the same, right? And next thing you know, you've added to this wonderful sort of legacy.
Yeah.
We were joking around recently at work about the, like at Starbucks, for example, somebody pays for your coffee, right? And then you pay it for it, right? It's and the rippling effect that it could cause when, as long as people don't sort of break the chain. But very similarly, when you talk about just doing things for others with no expectation, right? You can't say, I want to pay for this person as long as this, these other things are in place, right? You have to just do your best and put those seeds in the ground. Tell me, when did you sort of learn that and start to see the benefit in that?
No, it really started, early on in childhood. Again, I'm blessed to have, a mother and father, especially my mother, who ingrained that in me of, doing right by people. And it was really, I saw it in action, right? It wasn't a lecture, it was an observation of her doing it. and just realizing, what came out of that, right? The love that people had for her, the appreciation people had for her, and I, loved her for that as well. As a good trait that I saw, and I saw early on that I kind of had that same zeal, that same passion for helping others, giving back, putting other people's interests above myself, above my own. It just became Bernard, right? It just became my brand, who I was, and that's that's where I got it from, and I started to cultivate that, and it's natural. A lot of times, again, back to the fact that people misuse this principle, right? Because they want to recycle, right? Hey, I do this, I get this, right? It's a vending machine. You put money in, you get an item out. That's kind of how people have been utilizing this model, this principle. But I'm just thankful that I've been able to be blessed by doing it the right way. And of course, if as you plant seeds and as you you do that, you're going to reap a harvest by default, right? Something's going to pop up from the ground, and it's about once you get that harvest as well, make more seeds out of that, right? Use the seasonal harvest to continue the cycle, continue to move it forward.
That's right. I believe in the same thing, not doing things in order to like take the score, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not looking to cash these chips in, because the way blessings work many times is you don't know where it's gonna come from. You could be planting seeds in a garden around the corner from your house, but you may be 10,000 miles away, and there may be a garden there that you may need to pick from,
Mm-hmm.
based on a particular circumstance. And it's it's also just a really good feeling to be able to help others.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I'm emphasizing in the book is, especially for folks that the way I word it is, they seem as though that they can't do anything for you. I think we don't know where our blessings are coming from, but sometimes, we may look at someone, oh, Bernard does this, maybe he can help me if I help him. But doing things for those people that seemingly can't do anything for you, I think it gives me the most sort of satisfaction. Like, speak to that. I imagine that you feel very similarly.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of parallel this to career growth and career harvest, right? So I used to work for Pepsi. I used to be an HR leader for PepsiCo, and early on, I was growing my career. I was, again, still with the mindset of giving back, but still, in the mindset of, hey, let me grow my career. And I was able to network and to support other people's initiatives, right? And again, it didn't really have any benefit for me. I got involved in another division's campus recruiting, right? Because they said, hey, we need some help with diversity hires. So I went to their groups and try to help and recruit and staff, and it had no benefit on me whatsoever, right? Because I still had my own lane to recruit and my own people, my own organizations to recruit for. But it was me saying it was a helping hand, right? And that was a helping hand. The leader of that group, that function that I was supporting, again, who was not my leader, did not give me my raises, promotions. It was a separate unit. Now she's my boss at my company at Gentler.
Oh, wow.
Right, because of the relationships and the things that we were able to just the work, me working outside of what I was supposed to do, because doing something to help someone else out, she remembered that, right? And now, as we both departed from Pepsi, we stayed in contact. Again, this is another plant of seeds, right? Is that connectivity now, right?
Right.
Now that seed and harvest, they still have that connectivity. So we were able to, stay in contact, meet up, and then guess what? I'm in the biggest job I ever had in my life, working for the best boss I ever had in my life because of what happened 10 years ago.
Wow. Wow. I mean, that's a perfect example of, just like you said, giving of yourself, not having any thoughts about how it could benefit you, but just trying to lend that helping hand. And you know, a lot of folks, they don't understand the importance of planting those seeds until they're trying to pick some fruit off of it, right? So
Right.
so
Right.
now they're trying to figure out how they can microwave this process, right?
Uh-huh.
And most of us can kind of see it from a mile away, whether it's a relationship that's being formed, or somebody sort of reaching out, and it's like, oh, okay, crazy. The last time I heard from you, you needed something, and I hadn't heard from you since. And
Hmm.
now here we are in that same
Yeah.
circumstance, and I think that people respond to those folks who are genuine. And I think it's important that we get outside of our own bubble. Sometimes we're just locked in, we're focused on, but we need to poke our head out, see what other people are doing, especially when we're in certain positions, because we may be able to lend a hand to someone else like you did, and sort of continue, maybe inspire someone else to go out of their way to do the same, right? And next
Yeah.
thing you know, we're looking, the entire garden is blossoming because of the things, the example that we've set.
Absolutely. But that's the thing, though. I mean, now I think we're intelligent enough to spot that out, right? When people are only there for their own interests, right? Only want to serve or do community service, right? To get the community service volunteer of the year award. That now it is, the what's missing is the heart regarding the planting seeds, right? We want the outcome, but the output, but how you do it, it sets it apart. It takes a while for a harvest from the harvest come from the seed, right? It
That's
takes
right.
work. You got to work the soil. You got to wish for the rain. You got to work for that. And a lot of people, to your point, again, they want that quick return. So they think if they, plant the seed and try to, kind of manipulate it, right? Or, cause it to do something that it shouldn't do, and want that same outcome, right? But the people at the end of it, they can call the BS, right? They can call that out, and unfortunately, that's the mindset we have today. We have it, I did this. It's a quid pro quo. It's do this for this, right? It's a give and take. So that's the mindset we have as a society now.
Yeah. We want to plant the seed, till the soil. We want to do it all today because we're looking for something for tomorrow.
Correct.
That's
not how that works.
That's right.
In a natural realm, right? That's physically, that's not how that works.
That's right. My son Bryce, he'll he's a very picky eater. And so when he does decide to eat something, he'll be so proud of himself. He'll be like, now feel my muscles, as if this little meal you've had is immediately going to transfer to your muscles, right? Because you understand that it's going to help you become big and strong, but it doesn't happen as quickly as we would like. So I think you spoke to something, and I'll give you the last word. But whether we're working towards a goal, whether we're just planting the seeds, we have to be mindful that we can only control our inputs, right? You talked about outputs, outcomes. We can't control that. Speak to the importance of really just following and spending energy on the things that you can control, and then sort of just leaving the rest to God, and for everything else to sort of do what it does.
Yeah, for it to play out the way it should play out. You know, we lack patience as a people, right? Patience is not, our skill set, per se. And sometimes we could have the right intentions of trying to intervene, do more. We may cause more harm later on down the road, right? Of going down the wrong path, not taking an account that there's a plan for all of our lives, right? It's all set. The outcome is set, right? And now it's about working with who we are and the God we know that we serve to get us to that output, right? And the lessons learned during that time frame, and the tests and the rain and the storms and the sunshine, all that is needed for that seed, right? For it to grow and to manifest itself to a harvest. But it is that intervention, right? That we get involved into doing things which could set our course in the wrong direction. Again, we are a microwave society, right? We're Amazon Prime society.
Same day delivery, right?
That's right. Right. So I want what I ordered right now in 2 hours, right? I want this pencil sharpener in 2 hours, right? Back in our day, we had to get in the car and drive to a Staples to get that, or Kmart, right?
Right.
I'm talking old school now. So, and that's unfortunately, the world has now created us to believe that everything is rapid. Everything we live in a rapid society. But if you think spiritually, everything's, in my opinion, on God's timing. We can try to intervene. We can try to speed up His timing, but it is what it is. And we got to regain that patience to just trust in ourselves, trust in God, and just do what's right today, right? Believe that to do all you can today and let tomorrow work itself out. If I can go to sleep at night knowing that, man, I treated people right today. I gave it my all today. I planned, I thought about what tomorrow could be, and I made steps to get there. But ultimately knowing that, it's still up to, God's timing and God's will for things, but I won't be the one hindering that. That has to be my mindset. I'm not going to hinder what God has for me through my activity or inactivity.
I love that. That's really good. I'll close by saying that, all we really can control is right now. Yes. So we may have, some regrets about yesterday and some anxiety about tomorrow, but all we can control is today. So if you really put forth that effort, like you said, and you can't change the past, but you can hopefully prepare yourself better so that you're not in the same situation, and you can set yourself up for whatever, for the future and what that may hold, but only if you're really paying attention to the work that you're doing. And that process, you keep peeking to see if that water is boiling. It feels like it's taking a long time. Worry about yourself, worry about your inputs, and the rest will take care of itself. And you may not see it the way you expect to see it, but that shouldn't stop you from putting in the work that that's needed, right?
Totally agree.
Yeah. Oh man, this has been great. Again, I'm super excited for everybody to check out the book. It is called Angelic Eights, a letter to Zara, to my daughter. 8 wonderful lessons, some great context about myself and how we've gotten here. And Bernard, I appreciate you lending some time to kind of speak to some of the lessons that are important to me, and I know that are important to you. So on behalf of Mr. Morgan, I am Baxter E. Hall. I want you all to know that you are capable. You just need to make sure that you embrace your own frequency. So Until next time, peace.
Welcome into his brain. Welcome into his frequency. Enter at your own risk. Come be at peace with me.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Please subscribe, share, and also hit that notification button as well. Thank you so much.
Financial literacy to authentic Black history. This real rap.